Trying to locate Wike's Florida mansion using Google Street View. According to West Africa Weekly that conducted this investigative report, Wike's mansion is located at number 113 Spring Creek Lane. This seems like a gated estate. As you can see here, there's a road here. There's another one here, but this is just a close. It seems the middle one is the only entrance. Let's get closer. Turn around. This is Tucson Drive. Then turn around. Yeah, it's a gated estate, as you can see. Maybe we don't have access inside. Although they published a picture of the mansion on their website, you can go there and read the whole story. But this is just hypocritical and shows how corrupt these men are. They look Nigerians in the face. This is Wike that conducts weekly press conferences. He will be standing there preaching to Nigerians to have patience, that things will materialize in the nearest future. But here he is, buying mansions abroad in the name of his family members. And his wife, being a judge, makes her a public servant. She's not allowed to own a foreign mansion. And also, according to the report, she is a card-carrying member of the US Democratic Party, which is another violation of the codes for public servants. According to West Africa Weekly, Wike, the FCT minister, bought this $2 million Florida mansion in March this year. That means he bought it while still a minister. This is against the law. Of course, no one should be expecting anything, no consequence for him because he belongs to APC. Anyone that belongs to APC, the EFCC or other security agencies never charge them for any crime, even if the evidence is there for everyone to see. In fact, this is the major reason opposition members are decamping to APC, because they know if they don't belong to APC, the EFCC will look their way and charge them to court. One example is Okowa, the former governor of Delta State, who was accused of misappropriating or stealing more than 1 trillion naira. So Wike will stand on the podium in many churches or stand in front of national televisions to tell Nigerians to have hope that the country will work for them. Hope is not for him. He is busy buying properties abroad, and just wait, people will come here to defend him, to make excuses on his behalf for why he needs to buy that property, for why a minister needs to own a foreign property. These are people who don't know where their next meal will come from. So you can understand how Nigeria works. Someone steals public money, using that money to buy properties abroad, no consequence. And supporters will continue supporting despite the fact that these people are stealing from them. As a matter of fact, the reason they are supporting them is because politicians are stealing from them. All the money they are stealing should have been used to improve their lives. If politicians invest in the people, all the wastages they use that money to invest in the people, Nigerians wouldn't have time to sing praises of politicians. That's the reality. Look at other countries, even neighboring West African countries here. They don't sing crazy praises for politicians. They try as much as they can to hold them to account. But here, everything is a job. Anyone can take up any job to try to clean up the image of any politician. They see it as a gig. They don't care about morality. Everything is business for them. That is why they support corrupt politicians. In Nigeria, the problem has always been that people don't really hate corruption. They hate the fact that they are not the ones involved. Yes, this was exactly why we didn't benefit much from military regimes over the years in Nigeria, unlike in some West African countries where they continue to benefit from military regimes. In fact, going forward, Nigerians shouldn't be talking about the kind of government. What they should be worried about is the performance from people in power. Yes, because they call this democracy. It's supposed to work if everyone follows the rules, but they do not follow the rules in Nigeria. In fact, they make their own rules. In some cases, judges will rewrite the laws for them so as to achieve whatever they want to achieve. Nigeria has never had a problem of laws. We have all sorts of laws, but the problem has always been enforcement. We have a very weak enforcement of our laws. And when judges rewrite laws, yes, practically interpret laws in order to favor politicians, then they are literally making them above the law. They can steal billions or trillions of naira and commit all sorts of atrocities. No one would ever hold them to account. Even if in some cases where there is a change of administration and the new administration decides to go after corrupt politicians, you see judges and courts freeing these politicians despite the fact that there is a massive evidence against them. So when you have people in government working against the country, you know that Nigeria is in deep problem. Now, this one is to the US authorities that sometimes try to be performative in their actions. They try sometimes to post messages on their verified handles to try to convince Nigerians that, we are not 100% supporting a corrupt administration in Nigeria. That sometimes when we see something, we try to say it. Like if you look at what the US mission in Nigeria has posted the past few months, recently they talked about poverty in Nigeria, how politicians waste resources while Nigerian people suffer in hunger and penury. Now, the question everyone should ask is, are the US authorities not aware that a Nigerian who is a politically exposed person and a current serving minister purchased a $2 million mansion in Florida? Even a US citizen, before purchasing a home, the authorities must know, or the people you are purchasing the property from, they must know your identity, you must submit your social security number, a lot of information around a person. That's for a citizen. What about a foreigner who doesn't hold US citizenship? So what it means is that they are aware that Wike bought this property, despite the fact that his name is not on the property, but his wife's name is there, including that of his children. So are they trying to tell Nigerians that they are not aware that a politically exposed person bought a property in March in the US? So they should stop pretending. They should put up that property for sale, because it is against their law for politically exposed persons, especially ones that are currently in office, to buy properties that are worth millions of dollars in the US. They should confiscate that property, sell it, and repatriate that money back to Nigerian people who own the money. This is the right thing to do. This is the time to act. If they truly want to prove to Nigerians that they are on the side of the people, that they actually want Nigerians to practice that real democracy, whatever that means, this is the time to act, and not just on Wike's property. We know that other politically exposed persons have bought many mansions in the US. They should track down all of them, sell them, and repatriate the money to Nigerians. Yes, this is the only way Nigerians can truly believe that yes, they are not behind these corrupt politicians and corrupt administration, that they are in support of Nigerian masses. Nigerian people continue to suffer the effects of corruption by the political elite. All the billions of dollars the politicians have stolen over the years, if the money was invested in Nigeria, it would have gone a long way in solving most of the problems. In most communities around Nigeria, they don't have the most basic need of man, water. Most of them don't have drinking water. Meanwhile, they keep telling you that billions of dollars have been earned over the years, but no one is feeling it in Nigerian communities. People are so poor to the extent that they don't have access to drinking water. Do you know what it means? Something as abundant as water. People don't have access to a tap that they can open to fetch water and drink. It doesn't exist in many communities in Nigeria. This is a country that has been in democracy the past 25, 26 years. So this is why people are losing faith in the so-called democracy. Look around West Africa, people are openly backing military men that they can say, these people are working for us. They are not working against us. They are not stealing from us. They can feel and see what they are doing. They can see their patriotism, unlike these corrupt criminal politicians. So why can't foreign powers who are very quick to preach democracy to Africans, why can't they for once hold operators in a democracy to account? Why can't they openly call them out and say, no, this is not how to operate in a democracy? Well, the reason is very simple. They don't actually give a damn about Nigerians or Africans. All they care about is their own interest. Yes, once that interest is covered, they don't give a damn what is going on here. You can't really blame them much, by the way. After all, if everyone is patriotic to his country, then no one will sabotage his own country. Yes, the reason they are able to get access to all these in our country is because Nigerian politicians sabotage their own country. Yes, and the reason why they sabotage is because they want these foreign powers to look away while they steal their people blind and repatriate these money, launder the money to their countries. Yes, it's as simple as that. So the lesson here is that Nigerians must know what they are up against. No one is coming to save you. You have to rise up and save yourselves. And they must also understand that politicians who are stealing their money and buying properties worth millions of dollars abroad, they are so desperate they can do anything to protect the trappings of office they enjoy, which is how they steal all the money they steal. Yes, so you have to be more desperate than these politicians. Imagine someone who is protecting his livelihood. So if you are not more desperate than they are, you can never win them. You can't match them money for money, but you have something that they don't have. The power of numbers. Nigerian corrupt politicians who have refused to allow this country to work for everyone, they are not even up to 1 million. So the rest of 199 million, what are they doing? How can they allow 1 million people to hold them to ransom? It doesn't make any sense. So if you are not desperate, you have to try to become more desperate than someone who is protecting his livelihood. He will do anything, even kill, to make sure he continues to enjoy the trappings of office. So going forward into 2027, you know that to placate these people, to fight them and remove them from power will be very difficult. But only a determined people will be able to pull it off. Are you desperate as they are? Will you give up easily and say, there's nothing we can do, these people are above us? No, you have to unite and face them and tell them to their faces, no, we don't need your money, we only need our country. Thanks for watching.